in the main event of night one of WrestleMania 41, we saw Seth Rollins join forces with Paul Heyman and be the next Paul Heyman guy. But last Monday night, the Raw after Mania, we had more shocking news, and that was Seth Rollins isn't the only new Paul Heyman guy. He joined Paul Heyman in the ring, and then Braun Breaker, the badass, the former Intercontinental Champion, joined Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman and is the new Paul Heyman guy and is the muscle within this new Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman stable, and really just was shocking. And it was shocking because the way that it came together at the Raw after Mania. Braun Breaker speared Roman Reigns multiple times and CM Punk, and he has been on a ascent since he came from NXT to the main roster months ago. But there's just levels apart. To be where he was and a great Intercontinental Champion and in that kind of mid-tier of great superstars on Raw, to ascend and propel themselves to the main event tier when he's taking out guys like CM Punk and Roman Reigns. And although they both lost at WrestleMania, they're still two future Hall of Famers, two of the best competitors we've ever seen in WWE. And really just after WrestleMania 41 and after WrestleMania Saturday, when we saw Paul Heyman next to Seth Rollins, that was a shocking, crazy moment. But adding Braun Breaker just adds that next level and intrigue to this group, and he just brings that force like we saw Brock Lesnar bring for Paul Heyman and a Roman Reigns, just that muscle and that guy that is just as believable as it gets and can take down anybody at any given moment. And although he's not as tall as Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns, his energy and just grit and toughness that he shows when he's in the ring is just unbelievable. The guy is a human highlight reel anytime he steps in that ring. And then last night on Monday Night Raw, the first kind of promo and segment we saw of this new expanding Paul Heyman-led group with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, we saw Braun Breaker in a suit, looked great, and Seth Rollins was wearing a suit in a kind of a unique outfit as he always likes to do, and kind of a different twist and something I wasn't expecting a lot of. Seth Rollins did say that this new faction is his view and that it's for the future, not just for him, but for everybody's benefit for Monday Night Raw and WWE. And then we saw Seth Rollins, or we saw Sami Zayn confront Seth Rollins, and Seth and Paul Heyman made Sami an offer that if he doesn't believe in his vision, that they can send him to SmackDown and give him a future title shot against the winner of John Cena versus Randy Orton. And at the second that Paul Heyman said that to Sami Zayn, I knew Sami wasn't going to take the easy way out, because he never does. So although he said he does love Seth Rollins and he is his longtime friend, he won't leave Monday Night Raw, and he put up a fight, and he had a great match with Braun Breaker in the main event, but Braun Breaker speared him 4 times and just put his lights out, and the match ended with no finish after Sami just couldn't continue. And once again, Seth Rollins stands tall with Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman by his side, and that's the third straight show. WrestleMania 41, Seth Rollins stood tall. Raw after Mania, Seth Rollins stood tall. And now the third straight week, Seth Rollins closes Monday Night Raw standing tall all alone with Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker by his side. And what will this lead to? It seemed like after last week, maybe it could be a tag team match at Backlash against CM Punk and Roman Reigns against Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. I would love to see that. But what really is the next step? Because Seth Rollins did beat CM Punk and Roman Reigns, but to get to that next level, you have to do what a guy like Roman Reigns did. And Roman Reigns was the longest reigning champion of this era with over 1,300 days. So to me, Seth needs to get closer to the championship, but will he do that, or is it still time for him to finish his blood feud with Roman Reigns and CM Punk? Time will tell which way this kind of feud goes, but I think it's cool, although it's still kind of weird to me to see Paul Heyman with Seth Rollins. I think it's cool that it's just something different on Monday Night Raw every week, and I think that could be great for everyone involved. The only thing I would love to see a critique is although I love Seth Rollins' entrance, I think if he wants to go full heel, he has to get away from that entrance and get away from playing so much into the fans, because he still shows kind of face tendencies, and I think he needs to go all in as the heel like he did back when he stabbed Roman Reigns in the back many years ago. So that's the only thing I would change. But overall, this new Paul Heyman group looks great for the future, and we'll see where they go. What do you guys think will happen next? Do you think we'll see a tag team match between Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker against Reigns and Punk at Backlash, or do you think a different direction they will go in? Thanks everybody for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.